All right, guys, welcome to the CBCS Hot List by my man Eric Norton, presented by the NY Warriors. I know you missed us the last couple of weeks. My man Eric has been holding it down at CBCS. They've been super busy, but he's back in action, and we're going to just start this video. Welcome, everyone, to CBCS Hot List. That's right. You know what? Before we get started, though, guys, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, let us know what you think about this list, and we're going to introduce my fellow NY Warriors and let them know. They're going to let you know what they're doing because they all got channels on their own also. So we're going to start with my man Joker. Joker, let the people know what's going on with you.
All right, man, you could catch me on my channel, man, on Thursdays doing new comic day reviews with my team in East Meets West, man. Also doing the CBSI Cover Fire, man. You catch us doing the FOC on Fridays for CBSI too. During lunchtime, 12 p.m. Eastern, we drop that video. And on Sundays, we got our live podcast show, man. 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel too, guys. When we talk about comics and the latest stuff, man.
All right, cool. Yeah. And then we got my man Thoro from Keep It Thoro Comics in the house. Thoro, let them know where they can find you. Mute it, brother. Mute it.
Look at this. We're back, man. I'm too damn excited about this list. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to everybody out there. Thank you for checking us out. Yes, every Tuesday night. Yes, that's right, man. No other better place to be at except for the Indie Spotlight Show. 10 p.m. Eastern. Come and check us out, guys. Of course, I got random folks, but majority of the time I got Biggs. I got my man Joker, the co-host with the most. And, of course, I've had, King of the Golden State on there before as well. So make sure to come and check us out every Tuesday, guys. CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. Always a dope time. And then every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern for the Comic Chop-Up, where we talk about everything related to DCEU, MCU, speculation. You guys name it, we got it there. So come and check us out.
All right, and last but not least, we got my man King, the Golden State, but like the way I like to call him, King of the Dollar Bins. What's up, James?
What's shaking, everybody? It's your boy, King of the Golden State. If there's anything I like, are lists, whether it's hot lists, cold lists, grocery lists, I don't care. But anyway, come check me out if you have time and check out my haul videos. I try to do them like once a week at the best. Sometimes I mix in a CGC or CBCS, unboxing. So. Check me out, King of the Golden State. Same thing on IG, King of the Golden State. I always have a rant.
There you go.
All right, cool. And guys, the list that Eric puts out, it's an article. It's not just a list. That's why it's only 5 books, because if it was a 10-book list, the article would be like 5 pages long. So check out the article. The link is in the description below. That way you can follow it as we go along, because my man Eric puts like nice humor into these articles, and it's a good read. So check it out, guys. Link in the description below. Same thing with all my guys. All their channels are linked below, guys. All right, so we're gonna start with the first book on the list, and this is a book that my man Joker. This is a book I know is right up your alley, man. So we're gonna start first. Bam, we got Batman number 475 from June of 1992 from DC Comics, and the reason this hit the list is because it's the first appearance of Renee Montoya, guys. Mm-hmm. So let me just read a little bit of what Eric wrote real quick before we start talking about the book. So he says, here we are at the number. My bad. We're excited to see Batman 475 here at the top of the spot on the CBCS Hot List. This book saw an increased sales of over 2,800% with the news that Renee Montoya was announced for season 3 of Batwoman. Montoya, who goes on to become the Second Question, makes her first appearance in this otherwise forgotten book from the 90s. So this book, most of us have this in our collection. I know I got this book in the collection. You know what I mean? It's a book that it was a dollar bin book for many years, man.
Yeah,
for many years. And I looked on eBay right now. They're not going for that much money, but they're moving. That's the point of this list. It's not about the dollar value. It's about how many copies are moving. So I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna start with Joker. Joker, what are your thoughts on Batman 475?
This is a book. I have multiple copies of this book in my collection, man. This is a dope cover, by the way, man. You got the ventriloquist and you got Scarface, man. Not often that you see Scarface on the cover. So that's pretty badass. Obviously, you get Renee Montoya, first appearance. That book had some kind of like spike when that the Harley Quinn movie was out, whatever, Birds of Prey. So yeah, man, Renee Montoya, I enjoy that character in the Batman universe. You know what I mean? So I'm happy, this book made the list, man, because I mean, when you see this book, I mean, obviously, I always come across this book. I don't know about anyone else, but I always come across this book when I'm hunting or whatever. And yes, Biggs is right. This is like $1 book. I don't know what it's going for now, but yeah, you can easily find this in $1 bill.
All right, cool. And Thoro, what are your thoughts on Batman 475?
Listen, love this. It's not even because of the first appearance of Renee Montoya, but more because of that Scarface cover. Again, Joker just said it. You really don't see Scarface the ventriloquist too often on many covers for Batman. And again, I was way too young to even own this book back in the days. The reason I fell in love with that whole Scarface ventriloquist was every time I was watching Batman the animated series. That's what did it. That's what did it. But glad to see that book. I think is freaking dope book to see on the list.
Yep, that's right. And James, what are your thoughts on Batman 475?
Yeah, to echo Thoro's sentiments on this Batman cover, rest in peace, Norm Breyfogle, who did that cover.
Yes,
and it's a great cover. Like it's still $1 bin book. You can still find. I mean, I can tell you right now, if the shop was open down the street, there is one on the wall for like $10. It's still an attainable book, and you get that like whenever you want, But yeah, I mean, hopefully they do something more with Renee Montoya this time around than they did with Birds of Prey. But when they said it was like something to do with Batwoman's TV show,
it's Batwoman's TV show. Yeah, I know. I don't know how that show is still playing, but it seems to be having a fan following. So
where are the fans?
It's each Yeah, but I liked Rosie Perez's portrayal of Renee Montoya.
She was perfect for that.
She did a great job. She was on Birds of Prey. She played Harley Quinn. She played her. It was a dope character when she played her. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next book on the list. And the next book, this book. I have this book actually, and I was looking for my copy before we started so I could show it off, but 20 boxes to go through, I couldn't find it, but I know I got this book. So we're just going to get right into it. We got Faust #1 from January of 1989. And the reason that this made this list is because it's an animated series in the works on this. And just to give you a little tidbit before I read the article, Sony bought the rights to this, so it's going to be a Sony production animated series on this. So let me go into the article and read you a little bit what Eric wrote. So he says, here we are at the #2 spot on the list and still no Marvel. We did it. Well, kind of. Faust #1 lands here on the second spot with a strong push from the news that an animated series is in the works. In fact, this David Quinn and Tim Vigel series jumped over 2,300%. I honestly know nothing about this series, but it looks gory, so I'm sure the kids will eat it up. This book real quick, I bought this book back in the day. I got it out of $1 bin, and the reason I got it is because when I flipped through it, it was just a lot of gore and mayhem through it. You know what I mean? But I did end up reading it, and it's basically just like a vigilante, and it's another type of Ghost Rider type story. He sells his soul to the devil, and the devil's called Mephistopheles, and then he tries to like avenge like the death of a lover and stuff like that. So it's one of those type of stories, but it's a dope book, man. So go down the line, Mike. What are your thoughts on Faust #1?
I mean, I've never seen or heard this book. This is the first time I'm seeing about it, hearing about it. I mean, it goes to show, man. Really pay attention. Like who knew that this is gonna be a show now? Animated series. Especially that this is like a gory type thing, like you said.
It's a horror. It's basically a horror.
Yeah, it's a horror. I mean, like when I think of that, when I look at that book, I think of like Shriek. Or I think of one of those, or like that, not The Walking Dead now, but The Walking Dead that was out there like in the late 80s and early 90s.
Right,
so yeah, I think of those type of indie books. So pay attention, sometimes, you can find those in those $50 bins, you know what I mean? So Faust.
That's right, very obscure book. And Thor, what are your thoughts on Faust?
Oh man, this is completely 100% riding off the fact that Invincible did so well, and you guys know that Invincible was a hell of a show. By far for me, the best comic book related show that was out there. So they saw what Invincible was able to do, and you guys know it's nothing but gore. It's a very gory show. So to bring this to the table, I mean, I 100% I'm going to say it's not for kids right off the bat. And yeah, Biggs is right. You probably find this in a quarter. I saw one of these books sitting in a quarter bin at my used bookstore. The only bad thing is, you got to learn how to remove, some price tags off of them.
Yeah,
that's about it. But other than that, I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested to see how they're going to turn this into. We'll see. I mean, I'm not sold on it. I'm not sold on it 100%, but
yeah,
I'll say, hey,
I can see the series. I can say it's gonna be very gory, very, and it has the themes of the devil and all that. So, it could be a hit. And James, what are your thoughts on it?
The funniest thing that Eric wrote on this whole article right here was like, so I'm sure the kids are going to eat it up. First of all, like this book ain't, I know he's being sarcastic about it. It's hilarious, but this book ain't for kids. And I did buy this when it first came out. Like it was behind the registers of the comic shop, where it was like with the heavy metal magazines and everything else. And it was like, I knew those shop owners, so it was cool if they sold it to me. But my mom found out. It's like, yeah, you got to take that back because she knew it was in there, and it was definitely not for kids. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of torn. I mean, it's a Sony production, and I'm just like, I would hope it would be okay. I mean, like somewhat relatively okay, but we'll see. I'm not too sold on it yet. It might be something that just goes cold in another week or two.
Yeah, I was looking up on eBay. There's not that many copies of it on eBay, but they're not selling for that much. I mean, $10 here, $15, like that. So it's affordable. I would pick it up just for a pickup if you find it in the wild. I wouldn't go like paying crazy money for it. All right, so guys, we're gonna move on to the third book on the list, and here we have the Avengers, the Terminated Objective #1 from September of 1993. And it's the first appearance of Elias. So we all know who Elias is. We saw Loki, episode 5 last week, and that's why this book made the list. But let's read a little bit of what Eric wrote on the article here. So he writes, "Our run on the non-Marvel books have come to an end. Some has come to an end. With sales increase of nearly 1,500%, Avengers: The Terminatrix Objective #1 lands in our third spot this week. Readers will find the first appearance of Elias, the end of all be in the time span. On the pages of this book, Elias appeared in episode 5 of Disney Plus Loki, hence the heat up. Oh, and as my guy, the Joker, would say, dope cover." I wonder who he's referring to. So Joker, what are your thoughts on it?
Yo, I mean, besides being a dope cover, that screams 90s. You know what I mean? Like 90s cover. So, it's a dope cover. Didn't know this was the first appearances of Elias. So good to know that, man. And who wants to see a team up with US Agent, Thunderstrike, and War Machine? I don't know.
Right? They're like all the Sea Avengers or whatever, what I mean? Yeah. But in the comics, US Agent had a run where he was good for a while,
Yeah.
So, and Thoro, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, man. Well, one of the biggest things I am going to say about this, though, is man, listen, I'm going to personally say it. I'm not a big fan of the Loki show. Elias showed up, and of course, from the get-go, everybody ran out and started to get the first appearance of the Black Winter because everybody was going nuts because everybody's like, oh, that's the Black Winter.
Did I reading?
Usually books like this on Disney Plus shows, I'm just going to say it really doesn't hold value. They really don't. It lasts for so long. But again, I think it's a dope character. That's a good 90s freaking book. Dope cover, like Joker says. But other than that, I really don't think much is going for it. I think it's just a hype off the show. And a lot of people are going after it right now. I would definitely say don't go and spend nothing crazy. Go to your back bins, do all that good stuff, and you guys will be able to find this book all day long. Trust me, I found a gazillion copies. And next time we're on here, I'm gonna get a copy for you, and I'll do a giveaway for Big's show here today. So stay tuned for that. So if you're looking forward to a copy, I'll give it away because I found it for $1.
All right, guys, you heard it here. My man Thoro is gonna give away a copy of this beautiful book right here. And James, what are your thoughts on it?
He shows up those copies. He better take like a duck face picture and show it up. I honestly, this is the one book I can't seem to find right now. I mean, it's been a bugaboo. I've been trying to look for this thing all over the place. You think you could find a 90s comic book? And it's like, my only thing is, if you're looking for it, see if you can find those packs. See if you can find them in packs, like the shops make. See if you can stack them. They stack them together because they're bored. They put a lot of 90s books in those packs for like maybe $10. You may be able to find that. But as far as beyond what we're talking about, I mean, Based on the whole Loki spec, I mean, I'm probably with Thoro a little bit. This might actually come down at some point.
Yeah, and just to give a little tidbit about Alioth, the reason a lot of people also are like they're specking on Kang is because Alioth, like Kang is scared of Alioth, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He's like one of the only beings that can kill him. You know what I mean, basically, or whatever.
Yeah.
So having him there, it doesn't make sense to have him protecting the way to Kang. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When he fears that creature, or the entity that Alioth is.
That's a great way to put what Big just said, guys. Listen to what he says. Alioth and Kang, yeah, they don't go together. And that's a good way of pointing things out, especially with the show and what everybody's expecting. Yeah, don't expect Kang. Don't expect.
That's right. Yeah, I'm not expecting that at all.
Yeah, and like, what are we gonna do? Another Kang book show up on this list? Come on.
No,
Mephisto.
No. Mephistopheles has a better chance from Faust showing up. All right. So we're going to move it along to the next book on the list. And we have here, it's a book that I know you guys are probably not surprised seeing it on here, because I've been seeing it all over YouTube. So we have Amazing Spider-Man 656 from May of 2011. And it's the first appearance of the MK2 armor, basically his second armor. So let me read a little bit about Eric Rowe here. So he says here in the fourth spot of the list is Amazing Spider-Man 656, which jumped almost 1,200%. Why, you may ask? Well, toys. Yes, that's right, toys. Long story short, this book features the debut of Parker's MK2 armor, which, get this, in it's even more bulletproof than the MK1 armor. Yeah, question mark, he puts. Either way, flippers noticed that it resembled the design of the toys, and there was a sales increase. Good job, comic book world. Good job. He's being massively sarcastic here, because you know what? He feels the same way that I feel about this book. This is nonsense. This doesn't even look like the toy that came out for Spider-Man. So for people to just right away, it's going up because of that. Like, come on, guys, we're smarter than this,
No, we're not. Come on.
You know better than that.
Yeah, Joker, what are your thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man 656?
I mean, I've seen this book before. This book has always been cold, hot. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see what is it, Marco Martin cover, because he did a wonderful job on Silver Surfer Black cover. I think it was an incentive. I forgot what it was, because I have it. I was thinking about sending it in a CBCS, excuse me, for verification signature. Yeah, the clear choice, obviously. You know what I mean? But so this cover here, man. I'm starting to see it more often now. I seen Josh, my man, Josh just picked this up last week. You know what I mean? So you can find these. These are still out there. You know what I mean? Just eyes open. You know what I mean? So
cool. And Thoro, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah. So I spoke about this on the Comic Chopper. A lot of people were trying to find out. Yeah, I was able to get those pictures of all the Lego sets and all that stuff. Of course, guys, I always say it. Yeah. A lot of folks, Big said it, hey, it's not going to look exactly how it is. Every time stuff shows up in the movies, it'll be completely different. Why do I believe in this book a little bit is because, you got to think about it. Spider-Man's avoiding people that are coming after him with rounds of bullets after bullets after bullets. You got to have some sort of armor to protect them. Plus, with everything that's being speculated right now as far as the new Spider-Man movie, you have a lot of stuff, Sinister Six. We don't know which Sinister Six it exactly going to be. I've had my speculation about it, but again, take this with in stride. Don't go crazy, because a lot of these, you guys know, a lot of these armor suits and all these different suits that Spider-Man has gone through, they really don't pan out too much. So be careful. If you find it out in the wild, I would say pick it up all day. This is a dope cover. You guys will see the freaking bullets just going, showing up in the artwork and just freaking hitting Spidey, and they're bouncing off of him. I think it's such a dope cover. Underrated, in my opinion, to be honest with you. And so, I'd rather do that, guys. Check out. Don't go crazy on the book. Don't go crazy.
And James, your thoughts on it?
Spider-Man should have been shot every issue. No. I thought, it's a pretty cool cover. I mean, I like how they're making it look like, Spider-Man needs some protection, so you get another set of armor. So, I wouldn't flip this. I'd probably just, if you can find it, just keep it. It's one of those books where I think it's like it's hard to tell where it's going to go. So I would just just buy it and keep it part of your PC and just go from there, man. Biggs muted.
You muted.
Rookie move. But I was just assuming, I would assume that the original Iron Spider suit that Tony gave him in Endgame, you know, in Infinity War, that's bulletproof already. So
yeah,
you know, like, come on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So you know what? We're at the last book of the list, but before we get to the last book of the list, a couple of things that CBCS is promoting right now. So guys, in a world where it's, you know, grading companies are raising prices and they're focusing on video games and not comic books, you know, the clear choice right here is doing weekly slab giveaways, guys. That's right.
Nice.
Weekly slab giveaways. This is the giveaway for this week. The link is going to be in the description below. What you got to do to get this giveaway. Last week's giveaway was really dope. It was a Thor book with Hell on the cover, signed by the artist, 9.8, yellow label, dope. This book, again, Rick and Morty's very popular. Easy way to win this, guys. So just check it out in the link below. And then also this month, guys, remember they still have the CBCS signing with James Tinian and, you know, all the writers and artists from Department of Truth, guys. The information is on their website. The website is going to be linked in the description below, guys. And here we go. The last book on the list. Bam. We got Avengers #2 from February of 2017. And there's no particular reason why, you know, there's no first appearance on here, but I'll read to you why this book made the list. But I just wanted to point out that this is a beautiful Alex Ross cover, and this is written by the man Mark Waid. Mark Waid is a dope-ass writer, and the interiors are done by Mike Del Mundo. So real quick, whatever go in the article, he says the final book on this week's CBCS Hot list is Avengers #2. This Alex Ross cover gives depictions of many different versions of the next Marvel big bad. As Kang draws ever nearer in the MCU, this cover is a perfect tease of what may be on the horizon. With sales jump of over 1,100%, I would say that everyone is preparing for his arrival. You know, so that being said, Mike, what are your thoughts on Avengers #2?
I mean, listen, man, it's just like you said, man. Kang is coming, so you know, get the hottest covers you see, man, for cheap when you can. You know, don't go paying crazy prices. I mean, obviously, first appearance is the one that everybody want. You know, but the next thing is, you know, those dope incentives, dope variants, dope covers like this one here. And Alex Ross knocked it out the park with this one, man. I really enjoyed this cover. So yeah, man, awesome pick.
All right, cool. And Thoro, what are your thoughts on Avengers?
Oh man, listen, this was always a cover pickup for me. I forever loved this cover. Alex Ross, I never say he's underrated. I always say he's underappreciated because that guy brings, I mean, covers that I don't even look at the monetary value. I love Bill Sienkiewicz. I've collected every single Bill Sienkiewicz cover I possibly can. That's one of my collecting habits. But Alex Ross, another artist, favorite artist of mine that I've been picking up, and this, yeah, you better believe. I know somebody that has like 20 copies. So if you need one, yeah, he's about to talk up next right now.
So my man James, what's up, man? What's up with Avengers #2?
You know, dude, this is definitely one of my favorite Alex Ross covers. I'm with Thoro on this one. I mean, you got Kang, Immortus, Scarlet Centurion, Iron Lad, Rama Tut. I remember, dude, back in 2017, I actually picked this off the wall of a certain comic shop in New York. You know,
okay,
yeah, because I was like, this is a dope cover, and it was just like, how can you go wrong with that? And then to see it show up on this list, it's like, you know, I mean, it's Alex Ross, you know, and like I think this particular cover actually is going to hold up for a little bit, you know. I mean, I don't know. No one's told me anything about it, you know, but other than that,
so I'm talking about that.
Yeah, what do I know, right? I mean, but yeah, no, I mean, if you can find it, dollar bin for sure. You know, just find the dollar bins that are sleeping, of course, because that's the thing. You'll definitely find them there, or at least cover.
Yeah, cool.
Not the price checking LCSs either.
Yeah, don't go there.
Stay away from those, you know, especially the ones that put a sign up, you know.
Oh,
all right, guys. So that's it for this week's CBCS Hot List, guys. I want to thank everyone for joining us again, guys. If you're new to the channel, there's gonna be a little circle in the middle of the video there. You hit that button, you subscribe. You're gonna see last week's CBCS Hot List, and then you're gonna see a playlist to all the coffee and comics in case you missed the CBCS hip hop variants, guys. So that's it, guys. Until next time. Peace.